What's up, Steam It? I am Elemental. I am here to answer the EcoTrain question, and that is, why do you think most people judge each other? Is there value in it? Does it help? Well, I mean, personally, I live my life in a way where I don't judge people for the way they choose to live their life, unless it's in some way harmful to other people. I guess that's when I pass my judgment, is when I see people living their life in a way that is harmful to especially people that I know, like friends of mine. And there's been situations that have happened recently this past year, where I've seen some really not okay things happen between people I know and people I love, and it's just really aggravating and frustrating for me. And I do my best to intervene in a way that is completely truthful and open and honest with with the people I care about, who I'm interacting with, who are having these issues. I don't want to say it's issues at that moment, but issues that I and everyone else around them and all our other like mutual friends see that they don't see at the time, because they're blinded by it, by their own perceptions and their limited subjectivity on these matters. Yeah, and just really letting them know that what's happening might seem okay to you right now, but this is where it's gonna lead, and this is why. And and you say it in a tactful manner that's gonna not to offend them in the least amount possible, because you don't want to you want to make them see the truth of it. But unfortunately, in these type of situations, every time I've tried to intervene and tell people, they don't end up listening until it's greatly affected them and all of like the people that around them, like me and other people I know. Like, all of us get affected when our friends get affected. It's not just like something bad happened to you, so that means it's just you and your family that deals with it. No, your extended family of friends also are dealing with these issues, because we're all connected as friends. And if one person is not doing well, then that means a part of our group's not doing well, and that affects us all. Whether it's a loose connection or a strong connection that is like really affects somebody, or just slightly affects somebody, everything that we do affects people that are close to us. So I guess I pass judgment on people that I can see, or I don't want to put it lightly, snakes in the grass. I can see their ill intent. Actually, I feel like I'm a little bit more in tune with it than a lot of people. A lot of people are like too willing to trust, and I was like that for a long time. You just got to be very careful out there. There's a lot of deceivers, and once you see a bunch of red flags popping up, that's when you got to distance yourself. But when they drag people around you that you love into the conundrums and situations that they create and drama that they create, ultimately to just scam people and get stuff out of people, not because they love them, or there's any kind of like genuine accountability or friendship or whatever relationship happening. It's in other words, it's just all fake usually. But so I guess what it boils down to is, I don't really judge people, but I judge for myself. And I judge for the well-being of people I love and my friends. Because that ultimately is an intelligent thing to do, honestly. Like, I mean, if you just go around and don't pass any judgment for yourself, for your own well-being and for the well-being of your tribe or group, then you're going to be living your life in a manner that's inefficient and going to get you into a lot of sketchy situations where you're going to be taken advantage of, abused, used, and all kinds of things. I mean, I've had all kinds of situations and examples in my life where that has happened to me. I'm not going to get into it, but trust me, I've had a lot in this particular arena with. I've had a lot of experience with this, and I want to trust people, but honestly, unless like I have a reason to trust someone, then I'll always have that guard to, up to make sure that I don't get taken advantage of until I can see that I actually can trust somebody. And that could take years of building a relationship, or it could take, maybe not even that long. But I just, there's only so many people I actually fully trust in this world, and there's a good reason for that. Trust should be earned, but we should be also willing to be open-minded with people and be open-hearted with people to a degree, even when we don't know them that well. And I guess what I'm trying to say is give people a chance, but don't give them so much of a chance where you're going to get hurt severely. And I guess that's the value in any kind of judgment. I mean, anything else though besides that, like, people live their lives however they want. We live in a strange world. I live here in Oregon on the West Coast, and man, Portland, they call the people who live around here, they say keep Portland weird. And if you live in Portland, then you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like this generation here that's coming up is there's a lot of, like, I don't know, there's a lot of things going on with gender manipulation with people, and people changing genders and gender roles. It's a little bit confusing to me, honestly. But I don't pass any judgment on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? If you feel like you have to be you are a different gender, or want to do certain things, live your life. You have the freedom to do that if it makes you happy. Just make sure that before you do anything too drastic, that you are 100% certain that's what you want for the rest of your life. And really think about it, because it's a serious thing, and there's a lot of complications that can arise from hormone therapy, switching genders and stuff like that, not to mention the risks and the surgeries in general. Very risky thing for something that really isn't necessary to live and continue living. I'm a big proponent of being yourself for who you are. I don't think we have to, like, change our physical appearance or gender to survive, but that's my opinion. I still respect other people's decisions in those matters, but I don't think there's any value in passing judgment on people like that, being discriminatory and just being mean and saying, like, hurtful, like, prejudice things and side conversations, or even to these people's faces, the bolder people. But that stuff's been going on for forever, and I think the world is slowly becoming more and more conscious of that, and kind of separating it and not really poking at it as much as people are used to. It's gotten a lot better, but we still have a long way to go. And I really think people should, be comfortable with how they're living their lives, and be comfortable with themselves, and only pass a judgment for themselves. And if they if somebody wants to continue to pass judgment on people just for the sake of it, or just being prejudiced, then that's ignorance, and they still got a lot of growing and learning to do and evolving to do. So that's going to conclude my answer for this week's EcoTrain question, put forth by Eco Alex, in the EcoTrain movement. I'm Elemental, repping tribe vibes all the way for the Steam It Conscious community and all the sub-communities involved. Loving you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Peace out.